College can seem so far off when you have young children, and as a parent it can be easy to not think about it. Put it off. Wait until much later to talk about it.
Ryan Keel, owner of College Smart, is here to give us some ideas this morning about why a little prep is a good thing. Great to have you here, man.
Good. Thanks for having me on.
So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't really started thinking about, okay, what am I going to do to get Isabella ready for college? She's 9. When's the right time to start having a serious, okay, let's plan this thing out?
That's a good question. Actually, the earlier the better. I like to talk to families with even newborns.
Wow.
A lot of people put it off till high school, but that's late stage planning. So yeah, earlier the better.
So you can be newborn, and my oldest is a 5th grader. It's not too early to start talking about this. How do you start that conversation, maybe with your spouse, or where do you start?
That's a good question. A lot of families, it kind of splits into 2 camps. They're either going to help pay for college, or they paid their own way through and they expect their kids to do the same. So they're going to take very different routes. If you're going to help, you're going to want to start saving and investing early, but you're going to want to know what you're doing, because there is no perfect investment or savings account for it. So there's pros and cons to everything. One of my favorite conversations is the comic book talk, because raising a reader is one of the biggest things you can do to end up paying less for college. So getting them interested in reading as early as possible. So comic books can lead to graphic novels, to regular novels, to better test scores, everything like that. And also just keeping up to date with your teachers, making sure your students aren't falling behind in any different areas. I'm a big fan of Sylvan Learning Centers. They've got a great academic assessment you can take every year and just make sure you're not falling behind.
Now, you told us in the break, but can you tell us kind of your background? You're very excited and passionate about this. Where did that come from?
Yeah, so I'm a former independent financial advisor of almost 20 years. So I know the investing and saving side very well, and I saw that we're great at helping people put money away, but sometimes it was actually hurting financial aid when we get there. So I spent as much time as I could learning financial aid, which is key. Like, no matter what age your student is, you should know how that works, just so you're setting things up right, so when you get to that junior, senior year, you're not shooting yourself in the foot by titling things wrong or having it in the kid's name instead of the parents.
So speaking of that, you said if you raise readers, it can lower your costs. How specifically? What do you mean? So
reading and math are the 2 biggest things on your testing scores on the ACT, SAT, but also reading just bleeds into every other area. So it helps raise your scores, it helps you qualify for more scholarships and grants, and it just helps in everything. So that's kind of the center point of a lot of...
Kind of expand on that, because you can then pay less because you're getting grants and scholarships. I mean, is that something that some people miss out on?
Yes, and that's the whole focus of what I do now, is just helping them pay less so the students graduate with less debt, so they can move on with their lives immediately after graduating instead of putting off buying a home or starting a family. So yeah, our whole focus is finding strategies to reduce the cost instead of just telling families they need to save more.
And so where should people start if they have more questions? They're like, oh, I do need to start. Should they give you a call? I mean, what's the process of getting started if you just had a baby yesterday? They need to call you.
Right. I actually have a free plan. They can go online at collegequickplan.com. Just takes a couple minutes. You'll get some basic information, a good place to start. Also, for newborns, the bank in North Dakota has a fantastic program where they'll help match $200 if you want to put that away into a 529. So it's a great introduction into the world, and you get some free money out of the deal.
But it's all got to be a balance too, because you do hear people say, well, you can't put all your money into your children's college fund. You need to worry about your retirement first.
Right. I surprise a lot of families by telling them not to save for college, because retirement really should come first. You can't borrow for that. So retirement first, then college. Plus, that can actually help you qualify for more aid if you're not putting it into the kid's name or saving into a 529, which can hurt your need-based financial aid.
Wow.
Fascinating.
It is. Good stuff. We should have been taking notes, for sure. Thank you so much for coming in.
All right, coming up, how to get longer, healthier, shinier hair. Stick around.